Okay, this is in response to Pilgrim1411, and somebody claimed to be a priest that came on my old channel, and I checked them out. Alright, this is addressing all the toll housers, and specifically Pilgrim1411 and his re-toll house hysteria. Years before I knew who Archbishop Lazar was, again, I was the first on here speaking out against toll houses. Thank God he came on. Let me start out with this, just to get the general idea of it. When Gregory Dialogus, Gregory the Great, mentioned purgatory, did he mean it in the context of, in the presence of God, the refining, that they're the love of God, the symbol of fire being used for that, and there's the refining of the fire, refining away the dross from the silver, and the burning up of the chaff? Or did he mean it in the way that 1,000 years later John Tetzel would go around, at the time of Martin Luther, and say, selling indulgences, once a coin in the coffer rings from purgatory, a soul springs. So with Gregory Dialogus, when he used the word purgatory, did that encompass all the beliefs that would grow up over the next 1,000 years? Was he endorsing stuff that he couldn't have known would exist and actually would be blasphemous? The merit box of the saints and all this stuff. It would just be heresy and would trample on the works of Christ. So when you say, oh, these guys said toll house, the argument, and this has always been my thing, I say you can't find anything in the toll houses in the writings of the church, in the early stuff, because when you find things, it doesn't look like that. And this was preserved as a monastic teaching. Or a monastic discipline, I mean, primarily for the Slavs. Russia, mostly. That's it. You ask about church fathers. The funny thing is that you're quoting somebody who's claiming authority to know this stuff, but you're not using quotes. So I mean, right now I could just say, well, Archbishop Lazar says this, because I got an archbishop to your father. So hey, how about this? Irenaeus of Lyon. I don't know the 21 step who cares how many steps it is? The content is the same. I don't care about the form. A demon, the fact that, okay, first of all, to say that the Theotokos prayed to God to avoid the demons. When we say the name of the Theotokos, we say the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Theotokos, demons scream. She is the fiercest warrior. She defends us. My reaction is, how dare you? But on actually more scholarly note, Irenaeus of Lyon, when he's refuting the Gnostics, the toll house idea is that, okay, when he's refuting the Gnostics, he's talking about there's these archons, these rulers. They were kind of like bad angels. They actually were called angels and a lot of things. And to get past them, you need a password, or you needed to have done something in your life, or not have done something. You would need to fast at the right times, or if you did something like you didn't fast and this and that, and you didn't properly repent from it, that demon could snatch you and convict you of stuff and throw you away. Now, Irenaeus of Lyon was preaching against that, and so were all the other church fathers. And you say chapter and verse, all of adverse heresies. All of it. Go through it, because it goes into great detail. You can't just quote mine or proof text. I am shocked that you're thinking you can talk about orthodoxy and you start quote mining and proof texting, and then you don't do it. And you name, oh, these guys, which were all, what, in the last 100 years? Those guys died in the last 100 years? And that's in this majority thing. What about Athanasius Contramundo? Can you say, well, this and that, and look, the Athanasius and Alexander and Nicholas of Smyrna and Spiridon of Corfu, look, they invented, they came up with this new thing, homoousia. And we're in line with every bit of writing before this, and it never used homoousia. And only the heretics used homoousia. What? No. I mean, you're trying to do this with that, which is the fact that you're saying nobody ever taught against. I mean, you could say, oh, I mean, the most insidious thing is like the purgatory analogy. You're taking something that was just these one-liners or whatever. I think there's one time Chrysostom supposedly mentioned toll houses, and it was just a one-liner, just like a boom, just a throwaway comment. You're taking that to say, oh, that's an endorsement for all of this. That he endorsed this modern thing of the 20th century that's being hoisted upon people. Yeah, the ancient teaching. It's funny that, you know, people south of Russia kind of didn't know about it until the Russians started going to Mount Athos. So that got big around, what, the 17th century, 16th century? The fact that you, I mean, I know you haven't read Irenaeus of Lyon, Adverse Heresies, because you go, oh my God, toll houses, the way they're being taught today, I don't care about them. God bless all the church fathers who might have used this word. And yeah, there's a lot of pseudonymous stuff. And not to mention, we don't go by everything the church fathers say. Do we say that Christ was 50 years old when he died, that Judas Iscariot was crushed by a wagon wheel, that I mean, some of the church fathers were in favor of Traducianism or universal salvation. They weren't 100% right 100% of the time. Important thing, they were right on the big stuff. But even that, look, they're these one. I mean, you can't quote a description of the toll houses as you see it here. Not to mention, there is one judge, and that is God. You're saying there's other judges? Well, either these are archons, which are Gnostic, or you're a polytheist. My big problem is you're stepping on the creed, and you're stepping on Galatians and Romans and Corinthians. You've just stepped on 3 works of Paul and the work of Christ on the cross and the resurrection and baptism and the Eucharist. That's the implication that this has. These are obviously archons. It's so blatant. And I say, if we have to go into a period of Athanasius Contra Mundo, we must do that. A remnant will always exist. And now I believe you've even gone into Roac, that are schismatic from the entire body of the church, if I'm not incorrect. That say that the current Russian Orthodox Church is part of the Antichrist system. So, peace to you. May God save Serbia, Syria, Ireland, and the Copts. Pilgrim1411. You still say you're my brother in Orthodoxy, but you got to take a look at this and actually read the Church Fathers. Read, and I mean, start at the beginning. The Didache, Ignatius of Antioch, Polycarp of Smyrna, Justin Martyr, Irenaeus of Lyon, Clement of Alexandria, and Cyril of Alexandria back toll houses. That's my guy right there. I love that dude. Please, you give me chapter and verse, because Adverse Heresies, I've read these things. I'm not going to proof text stuff to you or quote mine. And you didn't do it to me, even though you kind of said you were going to do it, or you demand that from me, but you're not. You're just saying, these people believe in this. It's an argument from authority. That is only 100 years old, and I'm just going to say these people said it. Or there's a guy who said there's this guy that said it. Adverse Heresies. The Archons. 21 steps, who cares? What if there's 55? I mean, I don't get what that has to do with anything.